This is so gross. These tweets are so disgusting. Have I become like a woke tard? Give it to me straight. How long will it take to blow 51% of America? I'm crying at the amount of people who've wished death on me for this tweet. I think maybe I'd feel differently about it if I knew that this person wasn't supporting like the least qualified presidential candidate of all time. Like people like, Kamala Harris. Like if you compare just like records in terms of like time served in government. Prosecutor in, I think she was a DA in San Francisco, attorney general in California, vice president for 4 years. She was a sitting senator. I don't know why I said sitting senator. She was a senator. Like, she's not qualified. What are Trump's qualifications? Bro. Is this worth it? I don't know. This is like funny enough for how edgy it is. Okay, DGG chat. You guys are the arbiters of this one. 1 second. Is this worth tweeting? Oh, there's enough yeses in chat. That one's going out. That group of like election deniers, I think without it, before I move to that, just on this, it's really hard for him to call out that group of like election deniers, I think without it always feeling
well,
like...
why call them out?
Because it's arguably one of the most destructive forces that exist in this country today.
Did it destroy anything?
Oh, we're talking about... I think we just watched the video of the Biden speech with the red...
Look like you.
The red background.
Did it destroy anything?
They were trying to.
Did it, though? It didn't, did it?
So does that mean we don't call it out? We wait till next time?
No, because calling it out is giving fuel to the division. Like, the people that doubted the validity of the election, that's anger, that's frustration with the other side. You heal that as opposed to saying all those people that believed that at any time are idiots. They're un-American.
I mean, they don't think the election was real. I don't know if Biden has the ears of these people at all. I don't know what he can do for...
There's people that believe the same thing in 2016 with the Russian hacking, right? There's...
Okay.
Can I ask why you feel like passing the torch to Biden to Kamala negates the January 6th talk? Because basically the argument was that the individual voters should decide the outcome of an election. I think that was the problem that people like had with January 6th, is people said that why are you contesting this? People voted for this, and now you're mad about the vote. But the problem is that if you have a candidate that's put up there that was not explicitly voted for directly, then you can't make an argument as strong against democracy or fighting against for democracy when your candidate was not democratically elected to be president. There is a system that does this. Like, if you can't see that double standard, you are too invested.
I understand what he's saying, but usually it just comes down to understanding the process. I don't hate this guy, but why do we always listen to his takes? Because Asmongold is he's like a guy, he's one of like 7 people on the internet who has some foundational beliefs and then some logical schema that he can like run problems through and then generate a take that is unique to him. He's like one of the few people on the internet that'll do that. I don't agree with that all the time, but I think I could probably argue with him and have a conversation where it's like, well, hey, here's what this process is actually for. I don't think it's anti-democratic because of these reasons. Like I think you could have the conversation. I mean, I can't right now because I'm banned from Twitch and you're streaming, but can you finish what you were saying about Kamala and January 6 differences? I mean, there's no comparison to be made. For the Kamala thing, people are upset because they think that you should vote in the primary for a candidate, and people voted kind of for Biden, but now Biden is stepping down, so they're saying, oh, well, it's anti-democratic that his delegates can pass off to Kamala. But I mean, you're voting for the ticket of Biden and Kamala. So the idea that if Biden dies, Kamala would now be on the ticket shouldn't really be that surprising or shocking or feel that crazy. That's kind of like the more emotional powered argument, I would say. The more logical powered argument is that the convention isn't until, from a procedural point of view, there's just no argument at all. But most people don't know the procedure at all. When you're voting in primaries, like you're basically just telling delegates who to vote for. The delegates don't actually cast their vote until you get to the DNC and you have your Democratic convention, and then there the delegates are allowed to cast their vote for the candidate that they think is the most appropriate, and how the delegate system and all that works is like nothing has been violated there. But people don't really know anything about how elections anywhere in the United States works, even for even for like elections for president. Like, yeah, but whatever. Is that historically how it's always worked? I don't know. Historically, we've shuffled around how we do elections quite a bit. I don't know if you would ever say, like, historically, this is how elections have gone in the U.S. when it comes to the parties and the nominations. We've changed up things quite a bit. Like, even in terms of, like, how electors are chosen in states, we didn't always do popular votes in states. Like, I don't think there's any consistent schema for U.S. elections. They've all changed quite a bit. Anything in particular you'd like to see out of Biden policy-wise or even rhetoric now that he's got 6 months left as a lame duck? No, I don't think anybody cares or is even looking at Biden. I mean, he should pass what he can. I'm just looking for Kamala needs to be a fucking shark. It needs to be attack, 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 attack. It has to be the age thing has to be brought up a ton now. That's like the easiest secret weapon. How old are you? 90, 100, 110? Like, do you feel comfortable standing across from me on stage, given that you are a convicted felon and I have like 10 years as a prosecutor? Like, I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast, okay? Like, it just needs to be, like, constant. I think it just needs to be constant harping on his, like, personal record, on all the insane shit that he's been involved in, on her record. Like, yeah, What about the claims that Kamala Harris withheld evidence from prisoners on death row that Tulsi Gabbard made? Was that all just made up? I don't even know about this. Kamala Harris, evidence, death row. Okay. I was going to research this topic real quick, but somebody linked me a TikTok video or a Twitter video, so.
Didn't lock up no black people. In fact, she actually got black people out of fucking prison with her Back on Track program. The first in the nation re-entry program that she introduced back in 2000.
You said Biden was 50-50 to beat Trump. What is your current take on Kamala? I have no idea. Ask me in a month and I'll have a better guess.
When she was DA of San Francisco. The program was designed to get first-time drug offenders out of prison if they were caught with marijuana or crack cocaine. So what the fuck are y'all talking about? In exchange of them getting a GED and an education, they got no prison time and their records was expunged. So where this data coming from? Because last time I checked, her predecessor, Terrence Hallinan, who was DA before Kamala Harris, locked up 137 people and put them to state prisons for marijuana. Kamala Harris decreased that to 45. Well, maybe she did it as a put them to state prisons for Hallinan, who was DA before. This data coming from? Because last time I checked, her predecessor, Terrence Hallinan, who was DA before Kamala Harris, locked up 137 people and put them to state prisons for marijuana. Kamala Harris decreased that to 45.
There's like so many other questions that you would have to ask about this. I don't know if I care that much. Like what is a marijuana arrest? Does that mean that you got arrested with marijuana? Like, so say for instance, I 15 people in my apartment and the cops come in and they find me and they arrest me and they also find marijuana here. Is that a marijuana arrest because it was one of the charges that was levied? Or are these for singularly only for marijuana use arrests? Like, you get pulled over for a traffic stop and they find marijuana. Like, I'm not saying that this guy's wrong. I just, like, you need so much more information with these. It says in the picture. Source, marijuana conviction data from San Francisco DA's office. Marijuana arrest data from this, blah, blah, blah. Conviction rate aside, only 45% of people were sentenced to state prison for marijuana convictions during Harris's 7 years in office, compared with 135 people during Hallinan's 8 years, according to data from the State Corrections Department. That only includes individuals whose most serious conviction was for marijuana. That only includes individuals whose most serious conviction was for marijuana. Okay, so it doesn't really tell you. So they could have had other charges too. I don't know what marijuana in California, that must be just a misdemeanor, right? Well, now I don't think it's anything. I don't know what it was back then though. I don't know. But less serious charges? Well, it depends on what charge of the marijuana was. If marijuana was like a class B or C misdemeanor or something in California, there's a lot of, I think, charges that theoretically could have been like kind of bad. I don't know if assault or anything. These are probably all going to be felonies, I would imagine. I bet like the worst type of, or like the best whatever assault is probably misdemeanor, right? But regardless, I understand. You always need more information than like just these like simple charts. But But also, I'm not saying he's necessarily wrong. He could be right. He's not misrepresenting it. I'm just saying I always like to have more information.
Maybe she did it as Attorney General. I think the fuck not. When Kamala Harris was Attorney General, every year marijuana admissions decreased from 1,800 her first year to 135 her last. Well, Kamala Harris blocked evidence that could have freed a black man from death row didn't happen. Kevin Cooper was arrested and sentenced in 1985 when Kamala Harris was still in damn college, okay? That man had got 2 DNA tests that did not exonerate him. And he was denied at the Attorney General at the time by the name of Jerry Brown. Get your damn facts and your dates right, bitch. Kamala Harris was Attorney General, not during that motherfucking time. And he was denied by the governor at the time, who was Arnold Schwarzenegger in California. It went all the way up to the Supreme Court. They struck it down too, meaning he was all out of fucking appeals. But lucky for him, we got a new damn governor, Gavin Newsom, who actually granted him another DNA test, and we still have yet to find out if he's innocent or guilty. And the thing that hurts most is y'all keep retweeting this damn video by Tulsi Gabbard, and I said her name right, Garbage, because that's what the fuck she is. She's anti-LGBT. She believes in conversion therapy. She was endorsed by David Duke, the Grandmaster of the case. She spent most of her time on Fox News talking shit about Barack Obama. And just 2 weeks ago, she talked about there's anti-whiteness as if that's a motherfucking thing. And here's the sad shit about it. When the state prison's spokesperson
Tulsi Gabbard is the female version of RFK.
asked them, hey, Tulsi, where'd you get this damn data from? She said, oh, well, we can't cite our sources. Meaning they made it the fuck up.
True. Thoughts on Tulsi Gabbard? She's just another anti-establishment weirdo, wacko, dipshit. Ah, and I had that ultra softball conversation with her, didn't I? Oh, I think, wasn't Tim there too? Kill me, fam.
Sorry, I don't want to kick you out of your chair. It's all good. Into their...
Fuck me, dude.